Welcome back to my channel. You know, today's a sad day and a happy day. Today, after 3 years, my Husqvarna 445 finally took a crap. And basically, it's still a good saw, but I need to order a rebuild kit for it, rebuild the carburetor, and get it all cleaned back up, and then it'll be running again. But since it's been 3 years, and I'm in the middle of doing a lot of chainsawing, and this is an 18-inch blade. So this 445 came with an 18-inch blade. And I think that's the biggest you can run on it. I guess you could get a bigger blade, but I don't know if it would have the horsepower to run a bigger blade. But this, I had such good luck with this, and I must have cut down 100 trees with this thing, and chopped up quite a bit of firewood over the last 3 years. So because I had such good luck with it, I thought, you know, I'm gonna get another chainsaw, but I'm gonna get a bigger one this time. So today we purchased the 460 Rancher with a 24-inch blade. And this is gonna be really good because some of the logs the trees that I've cut down, they're close to 24 inches. And there was a few of them where this 18-inch wouldn't go through, and I'd have to go around, you know, get up and come down the side. So this 24-inch one, this is going to be the new chainsaw up here in the mountains. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild this one and have this one as a spare, ready to go. But this will be the new one that we start using. Let's go ahead and do an opening and see what it looks like. Now supposedly it actually came with some oil too, so it's got a chainsaw cover, and let me get a knife. Okay, it's kind of like Christmas when you get a new toy. The only thing about this chainsaw that I noticed is it's going to be a little heavier, for sure. Because it's a bigger saw with, you know, more horsepower. So that could be a little bit of a bummer because of the weight. And there it is. So let's see well, you can tell these teeth are really sharp. So what's the weight of this one? Let's say. Okay, this one's 13.2 pounds. So it's a pretty heavy saw. It looks like it's got the same style caps as the 445. It's got a different type of choke. I don't totally understand. The chokes are a little different on these. Yeah, this is a lot bigger saw. I don't know if I'll use this all the time just because it's pretty heavy. But yeah, it looks like a good saw. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna take this 460 and we're gonna go out and cut some pretty big logs with it. And I'll let you know what I think at the end of the test. The only thing that kind of concerns me right now it's quite a bit heavier. I don't know if that's going to bother me that much because once you set it on the log, you know, the weight of the chainsaw will help you cut right through. So yeah, both really nice saws. I am going to do a video about how to rebuild your chainsaw. That way you can keep it running for a long time. But this is about the 460, and yeah, let's go out and let's cut some big logs with it, and I'll tell you what I think.
Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad. Cheers to my past.
So one of the first things I need to do for the new chainsaw is you can see how I've got this chainsaw holder for the 445. And what I need to do is make a bigger one that's gonna hold this 460, so that when I go out into the forest, I can take both these with me. And so yeah, before we go out and try out the chainsaw, we're gonna go ahead and make a nice holder for it, and it'll keep it safe from, you know, falling around in the back of the TOOLCAT. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a couple brackets, paint them, and then bolt them on here. And then we'll get going, and we'll go down there and cut some logs. I went ahead and welded up a couple of these brackets, and pretty crude, but they'll do the job. We're going to go ahead and paint them. Just kind of keep them from rusting up too much. You can actually buy some, they make some pretty nice holders for the chainsaws. But obviously if you have a little metal around and 4 bolts, you can make your own. And I think the ones that I saw on Amazon, they were probably like 89 bucks. And I made these in they're pretty crude, but I made them in about, not very long, probably 10 or 15 minutes. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll bolt those on. We'll bolt them onto the cage. And yeah, we'll see if we can't fix this new chainsaw up in there. So you can see my other one right here. It's not touching the ground. And that's kind of how I want this one to be too. Probably like right there. So I want my first bracket to be, my first bracket's going to be right in here. So this thing is going to be probably right in there. Now the way I'm attaching it to the back is with these big fender washers. It's a little tricky, but you can get your hand in from back here. Actually, you know what I might do is raise this up just a little bit. Just enough to get my hands in there. So right here we're going to use some I think what I'm going to do is come in from the back. So
Make sure that's not hitting the ground. You got just enough room there so it's not resting on your chain. I like that. That's good. Okay, let's get some wrenches and tighten those up. You could almost get away with one, but my area where I live here is pretty rocky, so I don't want it bouncing around too much. So we're going to put that. I think we're going to put it down here. And there you go. One nice little scabbard holder. And let's see if that thing fits in there. This thing is really, it's huge compared to my other one. Not too bad. Doesn't it's a little close to the other one. Not bad. All right, let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, it looks like it fits pretty good. Boy, it's really close right there. I could almost move it over another inch. But for now, we'll let that fly. I'm gonna get all this stuff cleaned up and we'll go down and cut some logs. Okay, for this test, I brought down a pretty good sized log. And we'll start on one side and just chop this whole thing up and see how long it takes. This thing's so big, it's actually hard to get it out. There's the beast. Alright, first thing we're going to do, I've already adjusted this chain, and I noticed on this one it has two bolts holding the bar, which I think is pretty nice. I've already adjusted this so it's a little bit loose like I like it. Now we're just going to fill it up. I carry around this gallon because I use these little mixers that are good for 1 gallon, so I just do 1 gallon at a time, and I know that's for my chainsaw. That's one thing, a chainsaw is no toy. You really want to be careful with it. Make sure you're not close to, especially when you get up to bigger horsepower. You don't want it to kick back on you and cause some damage. So always try to be safe. I always wear a helmet. I should wear chaps, which I might end up getting some of those. As far as the chain oil, I use vegetable oil. Let me know in the comments what you use, but it seems to work pretty good. I've used it for about 3 years on the other one, on the 445, and I've never had any trouble until recently. But 3 years is pretty good without, I never even tuned it up. So let's hope we have the same luck with this one. Now this one has a different kind of choke. I'm not totally sure how that works. So the choke, full choke. Okay, full choke, you pull this out. Push decompression. Oh. One. Make sure this is in. Pull your choke. Push bolt 6 to 5 times. Push decompression. Where's that at? So it says to push a decompression. I'm thinking it's possible to this, but I don't see anything else. Full starter, push choke. Alright, let's try it out. Some more gas. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we're going to put the choke in now. Wow, what a machine. I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cuts in a pretty short time. Anyway, yeah, Husqvarna 460 Rancher. I'd have to give it a big thumbs up. I was a little worried about the weight, but it actually feels better because if you have a little more weight when you set it on the log, it's kind of helping. You don't have to push it at all. It's just cutting right through. And yeah, amazing machine. Anyway, thanks very much for subscribing. Like the video, and I will see you next time. Later.
Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, which make my life more simple. But I wouldn't trade a